The stage lights were blinding, the crowd buzzing with restless anticipation. Backstage, a thin boy with trembling hands clutched an old microphone cord like it was his lifeline. His name was Liam, and tonight was his one and only chance to change everything. His shoes were worn, his shirt too big, but his eyes carried a quiet strength that spoke louder than any applause ever could. When the host called his name, the audience clapped politely, not expecting much from the shy boy with second-hand clothes. Liam stepped into the light, swallowed hard, and tried not to look at the thousands of eyes watching him. The judges smiled kindly, but he could see in their faces they didn't expect much either. He took a deep breath, his heart pounding like a drum in his chest, and whispered to himself, "For you, Mom." The music began, soft, familiar, timeless. Somewhere over the rainbow, his voice was fragile at first, trembling like the wings of a small bird. But then, something happened. The sound grew warmer, clearer, filled with emotion so pure that the entire room seemed to freeze. His tone carried years of pain and hope all at once. The audience fell silent. Even the judges leaned forward, their expressions shifting from curiosity to disbelief. As Liam sang, flashes of his life played in his mind. The small apartment he once shared with his mother, the nights they'd sit by the window as she hummed this very song. She always told him, "One day, your voice will take you far, Liam. Don't ever stop singing." But cancer had taken her before she could see that day come. After she passed, Liam bounced between shelters and foster homes, always feeling like a piece of him was missing. Singing was the only thing that made him feel close to her again. He poured every bit of that loss and love into the song. His voice trembled on some notes, but it didn't matter, it was real, raw, and honest. By the second verse, tears began to fall in the audience. One of the judges covered her mouth, her eyes glistening. The other two just stared, completely still. The world seemed to hold its breath. As he reached the final line, "Why, oh why, can't I?" his voice cracked, not from weakness, but from emotion. That single note carried everything he had endured, the loneliness, the hunger, the nights of doubt, and the endless wish for a better life. When the music faded, there was silence. And then, like a wave breaking, the crowd rose to their feet. The applause was thunderous. Liam stood there frozen, tears streaming down his face. One of the judges pressed the golden buzzer, and gold confetti burst into the air, showering him like falling stars. He dropped to his knees, overwhelmed. The host rushed over, helping him up, whispering, "You did it, kid. You really did it." When the judges spoke, their voices were thick with emotion. "Liam," one said softly, "that wasn't just singing. That was a heart speaking. You reminded us why music matters." Another added, "You sang with a purity that only comes from pain and healing." After the show, reporters wanted interviews, producers wanted to sign him, but Liam only asked for one thing, to visit his mother's grave. The next morning, still wearing the same clothes from the performance, he walked to the quiet cemetery just outside town. Kneeling down, he placed the small golden confetti star he had saved on her headstone. "Mom," he whispered, voice trembling. "I finally made it over the rainbow." He stayed there for a long time, letting the morning light warm his face. The world had finally heard his voice, but more importantly, his mother's dream had come true through him. From that day on, Liam's story spread across the world. People called him the boy with the rainbow voice. His performance became a symbol of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest times, there's always a song waiting to lift us back into the light. The judges, the audience, and millions watching from home all felt it deeply, the power of one voice, one dream, one boy who refused to give up. Because sometimes, somewhere over the rainbow, miracles really do happen.